Hey everyone, what's going on, and welcome to a new reaction video on Sonic Frontiers, the final preview by IGN. I started watching like a minute of it, and then I was like, oh, no. I want to make a reaction video and like give my thoughts and opinions on, on camera. Also, I wanted to point out that when the game first got released, I stated that this game was going to be one of the best Sonic games, and it's going to be good. And so my thoughts on that have not changed at all. And the more the game has been shown off, the more I am, more positive about that statement. But without further ado, this video was just published. Today? Is it the 24th today? See, yeah, it's the 24th today. All right, so yeah, so let's get right into it.
Back in May, when I played Sonic Frontiers for my first preview, I came away with an overall positive first impression, but also a feeling that there was still a good bit of work to be done. The game felt buggy, the performance didn't feel optimized, and there was a ton of distracting pop-in of objects and obstacles floating around in the sky. Here we are 5 months later, and I got a chance to go hands-on again with a PC.
The way so it, as you guys can see, that pop-in,
the game felt buggy, the performance didn't feel optimized, and there was a ton of distracting pop-in of objects and obstacles floating around in the sky. Here we are, 5 months later.
Alright, as you can see by that sign, there is nothing next to that sign at all. And then, just like a second later, now there's something next to it. Personally, pop-in is not a big deal for me. I don't care. I have played high-quality games on potato computers, and they've only been running at like 20 frames at most, maybe max 20 frames, and I'm happy with it. I'm easy to please, I suppose. But pop-in, not a big deal to me, but I thought I should point it out and still give a fair thing about it, that I can understand why people are still going to be upset about the pop-in. But yeah, let's keep going.
A chance to go hands-on again with a PC build of Sonic Frontiers, this time for a full 6 hours to check out the first 3 islands in their entirety. And while a lot of those same issues I experienced the first time I played are still present, the pop-in and a handful of minor bugs, it is clear that a lot of work has gone into tightening up Sonic Frontiers' performance and polishing its visuals. Let me be clear, it is still an uneven experience, both visually and mechanically, but when my time was up and all I thought about was the disappointment of not being able to play more, that seemed like a good sign that Sonic Frontiers is in a pretty healthy spot heading into its image.
Already, if you stop playing a demo and then you're like, oh, dang, I want to keep playing, that's already good news. You already know that you're going to probably enjoy the finished product already, if you're just itching to play more. And yeah, sorry for that. I just wanted to point that out. All right, let's keep going.
November 8th release.
All right.
The big thing I got to experience this time around versus my first play session was the full sense of progression.
I haven't seen anything else now. Like, everything is new to me.
To collect portal keys to open up cyberspace levels, beat cyberspace levels to get vault keys, and use vault keys to unlock chaos emeralds, but there's another important element to the game flow as well: memory tokens. Each of the 3 islands was home to one of Sonic's friends who were trapped in cyberspace, and in order to try and free them, I needed to collect a ton of memory tokens. Typically, these are rewards for exploration in the open world, and they're the main reason you'll be looking out for springs, ramps, grind rails, speed boosters, and all other manner of gadgets that send you zooming through the world. Collecting and delivering these memory tokens back to your friend is one of the ways you'll progress Sonic Frontiers' story forward. Every time I made a delivery, I was rewarded with a cutscene between.
Already, this gameplay that's being shown off looks just fun. It really looks like a good time. I'm so excited for this game. I really am. I just can't help it. I really can't. I have been ecstatic. I literally sit on my Xbox games and apps, like the games and app thing, and I just look at it. I just look at it just praying and wishing that it was already November 8th or, the 7th, and then, staying up all night until 12 a.m. and then finally playing it It's gonna be a good time.
Between Sonic and his trapped friend that would shed a little bit of light on the mysterious Starfall Islands and the cute little native rock people known as Korons that inhabit it. There is a compelling mystery that serves as the heart of Sonic Frontier's story, and I found myself very interested in seeing how it all unfolds, and even more interested in the dynamics between Sonic and each of his friends, which really takes center stage during these cutscenes. Each island has a story to tell, with each of Sonic's friends being a key player in how that story unfolds. I managed to clear the first island in my first 3 hours or so of playtime, and after a very cool boss battle that I can't and wouldn't want to spoil for you, I found myself on Ares Island, a desert-themed island that housed all new enemies, mini-bosses, cyberspace levels, and memory tokens. Here, I had to repeat the hunt for the Chaos Emeralds again. In that way, Sonic Frontiers is very formulaic, but the 3 islands I've explored so far were so different that I was happy to repeat the dance each time. The one weak point in this whole formula are the Guardian mini-boss battles, which are required in order to obtain the portal keys that unlock the cyberspace
That looks
levels.
good.
These fights are typically branded their spectacle, but are rarely actually fun to play. And worse, they're repeated multiple times throughout the island without any variation. Fortunately, there are a few exceptions, like a fight against a sumo guardian that encloses you in a cage and requires you to bounce off the fences in order to bump the boss into the electrified portion. The more you bounce, the more force you're able to bump the boss with, and trying to find the right angle to bounce a bunch of times before hitting the boss was a lot of fun. And then there are the cyberspace levels, which, like the Guardian mini-bosses, varied in their quality, but were all fun nevertheless. Each is a bite-sized traditional Sonic level that comes with 3 sub-challenges to complete, in addition to just beating the stage. They are beat the level under the S-rank time limit, beat the level with a certain number of coins, and find all 5 red coins. Even though
He's saying coins. I know this is very small nitpick, but he's saying coins. Coins. All right. You know what? No more about that.
these stages are very short, even by Sonic standards, I found that the short length of each one actually lent itself well to how replayable they were. I would retry some of them for 10 or 15 minutes, trying to find the optimum path that would get me to the exit in time for the S-rank clear, or trying to find that last red coin, or simply to try and see all the different paths that level offered. From a level design perspective, the variety on display in the many different cyberspace levels that I played was pretty impressive. Some would be very straightforward, grounded boost levels, focused on speed and reactions, while others would be very grind rail heavy, and still others would shift the perspective to 2D and be a little more deliberate with their platforming challenges. Hands down, the best cyberspace stage that I played was one that broke the tradition of being a short bite-sized level and was stretched out to about 2 or 3 minutes in length and had a bunch of hidden shortcuts off the beaten path that were a ton of fun.
This is Skyrail. That's Skyrail. So we're not just doing boost games. We're also taking levels from the adventure titles. I think this is Skyrail.
As varied as the level design is, though,
Yeah,
the one disappointment
definitely,
about
100%.
cyberspace is that the visual theme around them, based on my 6 hours of playtime, always falls into one of just a few categories. Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, Sky Temple, or the new Cyberspace Highway theme, and that's about it. Still, the music and the speed made them a consistent highlight of my playtime. The bulk of the time spent playing Sonic Frontiers was spent running fast through the various open zones, and while it...
So, did I hear that right? There's only 4 settings for cyberspace? So we got the city, Green Hills, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary. He played 3 islands. And he saw the same 4 stages. The design. Okay. I mean, that's...
is a big departure
That's
from
all
what
right
Sonic
with me.
games may be used to from the series. I have to say that I'm officially fully on board with it. In a weird way, I kind of liken it to a Tony Hawk game. It's that same feeling of chaining a revert to a manual, linking that to a grind, taking that grind over a gap, acing a special trick or two, and then sticking the landing. Sonic Frontiers has that same type of feeling of doing a bunch of cool things, one after the other, and linking them all together without breaking the flow. And when the flow does get broken, it feels pretty bad, but the more you play and the better you become at the game, the longer you're able to go
Alright, that was cool. Hold on.
without breaking the flow. And when the flow does get broken, it feels pretty bad, but the more you play and the better you become at the game, the longer you're able to go without breaking that flow, leading to a really great feeling not just of power progression through the game mechanics, but also from your own skill. It's also worth mentioning that in the beginning of the game, Sonic does feel a bit slow in comparison to other games in the series. However, his speed can be leveled up all the way to level 99. The highest I got to was level 10, and considering he already felt pretty fast even at just that relatively low level, I can't imagine how fast he'll be at max level. Stay tuned for
And I cannot wait for the videos that will be coming out. Level 99 Sonic and Sonic Frontiers? No, but that seems to be the end of the video. And I will say this, my reaction is not going to be like as explodey like as it would have been if I would have been seeing all of this for the first time. But since Sonic Frontiers is the newest Sonic game, and everyone and their grandmas has to, you know, every time there's a small little leak, it has to be shown off. And sometimes I don't even go looking for it. Like, there'll be times where I go looking for new Sonic Frontiers news, but then as soon as I get on YouTube, like, I mean as soon, the first thing I see is new characters in Sonic Frontiers, and it like shows the new characters like right off the rip. It's like, wow. So it's kind of like the whole Iron Man dies thing. Like, you couldn't get on the internet without seeing Iron Man dies. But yeah, honestly, my full thoughts and opinions on this is that Sonic Frontiers will be an excellent playthrough, like an excellent experience, I should have said. And I don't doubt that. Like, I still am sticking with my original thoughts that Sonic Frontiers will be one of the best Sonic games to grace our presence. And yeah. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys are excited for Sonic Frontiers. I know that almost every Sonic fan is, and if you're not, you're probably lying to yourself. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, you know what, why not even subscribe? And bye. I'll see you guys in the next one.